Why most millionaires retire on less than you think. Many people have misconceptions about retirement. They often picture millionaires spending hundreds of thousands of dollars annually. They envision luxury cruises, expensive cars, golf courses, five-star resorts, and endless shopping. However, many millionaire retirees live on much less than most people expect. This is not out of necessity, but by choice. Research from Canada and the United States shows that many millionaire households spend significantly less in retirement than most people assume. Why is this the case? Financial freedom is not defined by increased spending. It is about needing less to live the life you desire. Today, we will examine why many millionaires choose to retire on less than commonly believed. We will also discuss how understanding this principle can change your perspective on wealth. Many people assume that wealth and spending are synonymous. However, these concepts are distinct. An individual earning $250,000 annually may still lack financial security. Conversely, a retired millionaire living on $80,000 per year can achieve financial independence. The key difference is not income. The key difference is ownership. A common misconception is that wealth and spending are synonymous. However, these concepts are distinct. An individual with an annual income of $250,000 may still experience financial instability. Conversely, a retired individual with a net worth exceeding $1 million and an annual expenditure of $80,000 may achieve financial independence. The critical distinction does not lie in income level. Rather, the distinction is based on ownership of assets. The majority of workers devote many years to exchanging their time for monetary compensation. As a result, they often equate professional success with income generation. In contrast, retirees frequently adopt alternative metrics for evaluating success. They tend to assess success in terms of personal freedom. This includes the autonomy to determine their daily schedules. It also encompasses a flexibility to travel according to personal preference. Additionally, retirees may prioritize the ability to spend time with family members. They also value the capacity to decline obligations that do not align with their interests. Notably, many retirees find that their financial requirements are significantly lower than previously anticipated. The term millionaire often evokes images of extreme wealth. However, the reality is considerably different. Most millionaires do not travel by private jet. They typically do not purchase yachts. They are also not generally celebrities. Many millionaires are former teachers. Others are engineers, business owners, tradespeople, government workers, nurses, truck drivers, and small investors. In both Canada and the United States, most millionaires possess a relatively narrow range of wealth. Many have a total net worth between $1 and $3 million. This amount may appear substantial. However, it is important to consider the following. A significant portion of this wealth may be invested in residential property. Some assets may be allocated for future generations. Much of this wealth is intended to provide financial security over several decades. These individuals are considered wealthy. However, their wealth is not unlimited. Therefore, prudent financial management remains essential. This may seem unexpected. However, many wealthy retirees choose to simplify their lives. They do so not because they cannot afford more, but because they no longer feel the need for more. Consider your own experience. When younger, many people pursue new experiences. This may include acquiring new cars, purchasing new clothes, buying larger homes, seeking status, and pursuing recognition. However, priorities often shift with age. Many realize that additional purchases do not necessarily increase happiness. The initial excitement fades. The novelty wears off, maintenance becomes burdensome, and clutter accumulates. As a result, many retirees begin to ask a different question. Instead of asking, "What else can I buy?" they ask, "What can I remove?" This shift in perspective often leads to a simpler life, and one that is less expensive. One reason retirees spend less is simple. Many major expenses disappear. The mortgage is often paid off. The children are financially independent. The daily commute is gone. Work clothing becomes less important. Business lunches disappear. Payroll deductions stop. Retirement savings contributions stop. Many people are shocked when they realize they no longer need the same income they had while working. A household earning $150,000 while working may discover they are perfectly comfortable spending far less in retirement, not because their lifestyle collapsed, because many expenses vanished. Let's talk about something rarely discussed. The real secret of retirement is not maximizing income. It is minimizing the required income. Imagine two retirees. Retiree A needs $200,000 every year to maintain their lifestyle. Retiree B needs only $80,000. Who is truly wealthier? Most people assume retiree A, but think carefully. Retiree B needs far less money to achieve the same feeling of security. Retiree B can survive market downturns more easily. Retiree B experiences less financial stress. Retiree B has more flexibility. Financial freedom is not measured by how much money comes in. It is measured by how little money you require. That is one of the most powerful lessons wealthy retirees teach us. The Canadian and American reality. Although Canada and the United States have distinct retirement systems, the underlying principle is similar. In Canada, retirees may receive CPP, OAS, private pensions, RRSPs, RIFs, TFSAs, investment portfolios. In the United States, retirees may receive Social Security, 401k plans, IRAs, Roth IRAs, pensions, investment portfolios. While the systems differ, the outcome is largely the same. Many retirees create multiple income streams. No single source is relied upon exclusively. This approach provides greater financial stability. Often, stability is more important than maximizing income. Why spending falls over time. Retirement research reveals another notable pattern. Many retirees spend the most during their first decade of retirement. This period is often called the travel phase. It is also known as the adventure phase. Some refer to it as the bucket list phase. However, spending typically declines over time. Retirees tend to travel less, shop less, and eat out less. Their priorities shift. Their daily routines become simpler. Discover they already have everything they need. As a result, retirement spending often decreases naturally over time. This decline does not occur because life becomes less fulfilling. Rather, it reflects a more focused and intentional lifestyle. When I first arrived in North America, I possessed very little. I began by washing dishes. I also parked cars and worked long hours. Later, I worked in mines. I faced financial setbacks, lost money. I lost assets. I had to start over more than once. Through these experiences, one lesson became clear. The goal is not simply to become wealthy for the sake of unlimited spending. Instead, the goal is to achieve financial independence. The goal is to own enough assets that your money begins working harder than you do. Once this is achieved, your life changes. You no longer need to chase every dollar, fear every expense, or depend entirely on your next paycheck. That is true freedom, the dangerous trap. Many people delay their own happiness. They tell themselves, when I have $2 million, I'll relax. When I retire, I'll enjoy life. When I buy the next house, I'll be satisfied. However, the goal often continues to shift. More wealth, more possessions, more status, more pressure. In reality, financial freedom rarely results from increased spending. Instead, it is achieved by managing expenses. Those who are content with less often attain financial freedom more quickly. Most millionaires retire on less than people think. Not because they failed, not because they ran out of money, not because they lack ambition. They do it because they discovered something most people never learn. More spending does not automatically create more happiness. More possessions do not automatically create more freedom. Real wealth is having enough income, enough assets, enough security, enough time, enough peace. Financial freedom is not about spending more money. It is about needing less money to live the life you want. And that may be the most valuable investment lesson of all. If you found this video informative, consider subscribing to the Illiterate Investor. This platform does not promote unrealistic financial expectations. The focus is on cultivating financial independence. This is achieved through consistent habits, informed decision-making, and prudent investments, each undertaken with careful consideration.